to talk about 4 easy and quick ways to differentiate your math centers. First way is using a number track or numeral track with visual support. So a number track is basically a long rectangle divided into sections with the numbers on it, but you can also put 5 frames in there, 10 frames in there, or dice images in there so that students start to associate a numeral with a value. And a barrier to a lot of students being able to do some of the centers is they might not know what the number looks like, they might not know how many it is. So by using the number track, it can help because when they're counting, they actually have a spot to put their finger, so they're working on their one-to-one correspondence, but they're also seeing the number and the value together and can start to associate those. So number tracks are a great thing to have just around your classroom, and you can pull it out if a student needs that support. The next is to use more dice. So a lot of games use 1 die. If you use 2 die, then all of a sudden you're working on numbers to 12 instead of just numbers to 6. You also have some simple addition in there. So that's a great way to make any center a little more challenging, but you can also use different kinds of dice. So you might want to start to use a 10 frame dice that has 5, 10, 15, 20 frames on it so they can see numbers in various ranges. So some students might just be working to 5, some to 10, some to 20. So the bigger range accommodates more students. And if you want just numerals, I suggest getting some Dungeons and Dragons dice. I know it sounds crazy, but those Dungeons and Dragons dice, they have ones that just go to 6. They have some that go to 8, to 10, to 12, to 15, to 20. They have a huge range of different numerals. They also have ones that just have the 10s on them, like 10, 20, 30, 40. So those are a great way to challenge students who need it or to support students who aren't quite ready for bigger numbers. And if you're concerned about a student using a 20-sided die and not knowing which number to use, I wouldn't. Of my basically 500 students that I've seen at this point, I've never had one student who had trouble figuring out how to use a die with that many sides. They just know the number that's on top is the one that they rolled, even if they can see the ones on the side. So if that was a concern, I wouldn't be concerned. The next easy differentiation tool is to use a spinner. Now spinners can be very quick to make. You just kind of make a circle and then draw the lines, or you can make it on the computer. And the great thing about a spinner is it is so versatile. You can put anything on that spinner. You can put a specific number range on that spinner. You can put images on that spinner. So even if you're working for language arts, you can use different letters, CVC words, whatever you're working on. Spinners are a great way to differentiate because you are really limiting or expanding the amount of choices that a student will have or the ranges that you want. And one of the things that you can put onto a spinner is my next differentiation tip, which is different kinds of 10 frames, 5, 10, 15, or 20 frames. Because again, you're really able to work in a range that the students need and support them with a number track or something along those lines so they can really see the numbers and start to connect them. I hope these were helpful. This is a very global view of ways to differentiate, but are really simple. And we know that differentiation is something we should be doing, but sometimes there's just not the time. So I hope that these ways really help you think of some quick and easy ways. So I hope that these ideas help you be able to differentiate for your students quickly and without losing your mind.